All right, good morning, traders. Look, I am here live with John. He's sitting in for Carlos on this last day of 2024. This is it. This is the final hurrah, last opportunity to trade this year, last opportunity to see the markets. John, how are you feeling this morning?
I'm good. The thought just hit me. I don't feel worthy to close out the entire year here with you, but Peter, at least Carlos will be back to take us into the new year, which is more important than closing out the old year, I think. But that's good to be here.
Well, no, you are worthy. I deem you worthy. So welcome. We're glad to have you here. And yeah, it's you know what? It's been an interesting year for me, trading wise. I think we've seen a lot of interesting movement in the stocks, in the stock market. We've had times of sort of bullish behavior. We've had plenty of times of bearish behavior. You know, if we look at let's do this. Let's take a look at the year in review just very quickly here as we get going. Going back, this is 2024 in the Qs. You can certainly see we've generally had a positive year, right? I mean, we sort of we're higher now than we started at the beginning of the year, at least on the Qs. And if I look on the SPY, you know, pretty much the same picture. What's interesting though, do you feel like it's been a bullish year? I mean, I don't know. I sort of feel like we've had a lot more bearish leanings than bullish leanings. I don't know. Maybe that's just me because I'm a perma bear, and that's what I see. But I don't know. But you know, we are higher. There's no question. And if we look at some of our favorite stocks, they are obviously higher as well. So we can talk about those a little bit later. But overall, you know, it's been a good year for trading because as long as things move, then we have the opportunity to trade, right? Doesn't really matter which direction, frankly. So, John, well, for most of us, maybe I should say that with you on, John, because it does matter which direction they move for you. You only trade them to the long side.
Yeah. You know, it's funny you mentioned what kind of year it was. As a day trader, you look back and you think, what if you didn't know like the value of the S&P 500 or the Dow, but you just kind of knew the percentage it was up and down or how it was up and down each day? Would a day trader even know if the market was up or down at the end of the year? I question whether we would, because we sit here every day staring at these stocks and most people trading them up and down, and you get lost in all this stuff. What is the market up this year, Peter? What is it? Do we have a 15% year, 12, 20? What happened this year?
That's a great question. I don't know. I didn't look that number up to have it ready for you. So I don't know. I mean, we're up from here to here. I mean, it looks like we're up 20% on the SPY. If I look at this, because it looks like we started the year around 480. We're at 590 now. That's 110 over 480. That's like 25, 20, yeah, a little somewhere between 20 and 25%. So
Yeah,
so there you
it's a
go.
good year.
There you go.
Grok
We'll
says
see.
we're up
Jared has it.
29%.
Jared has
Okay.
it. He says the
Wow.
SPY's up 24 to 25% and the Q's up 28%. So there you go. I mean, that's a pretty good year by pretty much any standards. I mean, that's the way you know, people want to see it if you're a long-term investor. But like you said, you know, the reality is I'm a short bias trader, and despite the market being up, you know, 20, let's call it 25% on average, I still traded short most of the year. In fact, I was looking at my stats over the course of the weekend. I think something like almost 80% of my trades were still short last year. So you know what? It just goes to show, right? It doesn't matter what your strategy. If you play it cautiously, you can take advantage of any market conditions. So let's hope 2025 is a good trading year for everybody, no matter how you choose to trade. And, you know, whatever you choose to do, you do it smartly. I keep telling you that every morning. That's important. So we want to see that happen. All right, let's get to our regular program. because we got stuff to cover. It is a fairly quiet day. Keep in mind, it's the last trading day of the year. Normal trading hours, right? You would expect normally on these holidays we get these half days or shortened trading periods. Not today. It is a full trading day. The markets open at 9:30. They close at 4. The market is closed all day tomorrow, New Year's Day, and then we're open again regular hours Thursday and Friday. So just keep that in mind. Just because it's regular hours, though, I still expect there to be a lot of sideways price action, hopefully a little bit better than yesterday. If I sort of look at the market overall and what we did yesterday, let's just zoom into yesterday's price action. You can see we had some movement in the morning and then pretty much sideways all afternoon to get a little drop at the close. I was watching things like NVDA, pretty much the same profile, although the movement was a little more muted when you look at individual stocks. I found it was not the tech sector that seemed to be carrying the markets yesterday. So, hopefully today we get a little bit more price action. I'm hoping that that's going to be the case, but who knows? We'll all find out together as the market day progresses. If we look at our economic calendar, maybe, John, I can ask you to do the honors there. There's only one thing on it for today, but you can talk about that.
Yeah, it's the Case Shiller Home Price Index, and it comes out at 9 o'clock, so we don't have the number yet. This is the leading measure of U.S. residential real estate prices, so it just tells us how much our homes have gone up or down in value. And we'll wait for 9 o'clock to get that. I was just reading the history of the case. I predict this is going to be such a slow morning for us, Peter. I was looking up the history of the Case Shiller Index. If anyone's curious, there's a whole Wikipedia article on that. Get nerdy and go check it out. Not surprisingly, invented by two economists named Case and Shiller.
I'm shocked. It's the other thing is it's based on only 20 metropolitan areas in the U.S. I remember.
Oh, really?
I know that's part of it. I just don't know which 20. I mean, you got to assume it's the biggest cities in the U.S., but it's not always, right? Because I find the U.S. interesting how, like the election process, John, is the U.S. election process is based. They say, the key swing areas or states what are there? The voting regions, anyways, that determine the election are like Bopunk, Arizona, or wherever the heck it is. I don't know. It's just weird places, it seems to me. But
Yeah,
places
I'm
you
looking
never
at the
hear of
20
except during
cities here.
election.
This Wikipedia article just keeps delivering more and more value as I scroll down. I can see all the cities. They wouldn't surprise you. They're all pretty big. Cleveland maybe is one that you might not think is up in the top 20, but that's a big city. They've got
There you
shoot 3 sports teams. Just need a hockey team to close it out.
go. They don't have a name for it yet, but all right. Okay, so there you go. So the Case Shiller coming out at 9. So we can get you that number. We'll still be here, so we'll let you know that number when it comes out. But like John said, probably going to be a relatively quiet morning. I don't expect that to move the market. It doesn't usually, but we'll see if it does. If I look at the gappers list today, we do have a little bit more in the gap up than the gap down list. So I guess that's good for a last day of the year. Means that things are looking green, at least in the early going here so far. A lot of familiar names on this. I mean, not big names necessarily, but familiar names. At the bottom list, I see rigatoni, anyways, spaghetti, rigetti, whatever you want to call it, but RGTI, it has been going like crazy. I'm going to start right there just because this has been a crazy one. I still have not traded it, by the way. And for no real good reason. I mean, it actually made some good moves. A good move yesterday. I've got to say the rest of it was pretty ho-hum, but a good move yesterday. But if you look at the daily chart, I mean, just look at how this thing has moved up from the beginning of the month where it was a $2 stock to now where it seems to be comfortable as a $17 stock, or at least in that vicinity. What's amazing is when you look at the volume on the daily, this daily volume has been insane, with somewhere between 150 and 300 million shares trading every single day for the last 3 weeks almost. Like it has just been crazy how much volume this thing is pumping through, especially for a stock like our I mean, it's called Rigetti Computing, but anyways, Rigetti Spaghetti. That it has a 200 million share float, so it's not a low float, but to still flip over your float, in a day is usually a sign of a low float. The fact that it's been doing it for this long is unusual, I will say. So, they are really, really taking advantage, I guess, of their news, their position in this quantum computing space, which, as we all know, has been big with some of the Q starting stocks, QBT, and QBTS. Right, those are the other two that we watch. So, anyways, Brigetti. Great, John. You're a long bias trader. This thing is moving. Have you touched this? Have you been trading
I
this?
traded it yesterday almost exclusively.
Okay.
Um,
Wow.
fairly well. It was the only thing and that's not a good way to trade because I was really desperate for something that was moving, and so I went after what I saw, and it was kind of tricky to trade. It's a tough one. Um, but yeah, it's been big. It's been more of a rigatoni in the past few days, but I think we'll see it start to thin out a bit to perhaps a ZD or even down to a penne, perhaps here in the coming days. So um, keep your eye on it, folks. Once it's a real spaghetti, I don't know if you want to touch it anymore.
Okay, well, when it gets to a spaghettini, that's when we don't want to touch it anymore because
Yeah, that's when you
that's
got to leave it
horrible
alone.
trading. Yeah. Okay. All right. There you go. There's the pasta report coming to you live here on Bearable Trader TV Live. Okay. All right. Let's get to some of the other stocks that are moving. And this is John, where I'll call on you to tell me if there's any news on them. We're starting with the BJDX. Blue Jay Diagnostics. Now, this is not a familiar ticker. I don't think we've been looking at this. The pre-market action looks horrible on this. If I look at the daily, oh my god, this looks terrible as well. We've got over 1 million shares, but yeah, this is feeling garbagey. I presume there's some medical news.
I couldn't actually find any news. This is I heard a new term this morning, look, poking around on this one. Microfloat is not a term we tend to use, but it makes sense to use that term because the float on this stock is actually about 500,000 shares. And that's really low. I mean, there's low floats like when you get down in the low millions, but then there truly are micro floats like this. And if you look at the history of BJDX, go back to I mean, it usually trades under 50,000 shares or less, and then if you go back to December 5th, it traded about 17 million, and then on November 5th, maybe it does this every 5th of the month, I don't know, but it traded about 16 million. So there's these weird times where stocks, I don't know how people get them in play like this. There was one yesterday when I was on the microphone in the chat room. I'm trying so hard to remember the ticker name from yesterday, and I can't. But out of nowhere, this stock that usually trades 5,000 shares a day traded 1.8 million in the time I was on the microphone. Like, it just exploded. No news, nothing anybody could find. And so um, be very careful with these because you get caught in the dump. Basically, that's exactly what happens. So I'd watch out.
Wow. Yeah, and this one, it looks like about a month ago they had a reverse stock split, 1 for 50. So whenever you're looking at a stock that's trading around $5, and that's after a 1 for 50 reverse stock split, yeah, you want to avoid it. And you're right, John. This movement is consistent. It's on November the 5th, December the 5th. I see one back here on August the 2nd, which I assume was the equivalent trading day in August. Maybe we got to wait till January the 5th to see what it's going to do, but no, so it would have to be January the 6th. I think the 5th is a Sunday.
Just
But
throwing off our
anyways, all
algorithm.
right, well, yeah, you know what, it's on our list. We don't like it, we're moving on. Okay. AISP trading 400,000 shares, up 13%. I'm willing to bet if I look at a 5-minute chart, yep, looks about as bad as I would expect. Airship AI Holdings. We're going to get a lot of these. If you haven't been here, by the way, the last couple of days, as I keep warning you, we generally have lower volume in the markets overall, which means we're going to get some of these stocks that are moving, like that appear on our list that we normally would ignore, right? That we wouldn't pay attention to just because there's nothing else happening. So they tend to attract a little bit more volume as people are like John, perhaps, are desperate to find things that are moving, and are getting into spots that they shouldn't. So Airship Holdings feels like one of those. I mean, I don't even know what they do. Airship AI. It sounds like they're trying to, get in on all of the hot trends. John, any news on them?
Well, what they are is they provide AI-driven video sensor and data management surveillance platform in the U.S. Yada yada. Uh,
Okay.
I don't know. It sounds like everybody's just tacking on AI to an old idea. Like there's been companies that make, surveillance airships, and now if you say that there's some kind of AI in your thing, then you're off and running with a whole new idea. But there's no news. Buckle up, folks, for hearing me say there's no news because a lot of these stocks just don't have anything worth mentioning. But yeah, nothing I could find. Yesterday they had one of those press releases where a law firm is, making a case on behalf of shareholders. I don't know if that moved it down yesterday. I haven't even checked how this thing's been moving, but it is. Could that possibly be a reaction to that? No, it was up yesterday. I don't know. Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Nothing. So that means nothing for us to talk about. We can move on. Now, Holo, this one was on the list yesterday. I notice it's here again today. 11, almost 12 million shares traded, up 10%. It looks like the so far the pre-market price action doesn't look that terrible. If I look at the daily, it seems to be building on the move that it made yesterday. If I remember, I looked this one up yesterday and I couldn't find what the heck was moving this one. Maybe you had some better luck, John.
Yeah, yesterday, and this was yesterday morning, so this should have been news that carried it through yesterday's trading session. What did they say? Holo, Microgram Hologram Incorporated develops, buckle up for this one, semiconductor quantum dot hole spin qubit technology, advancing the frontiers of quantum computing.
Oh,
Yeah. So all
sounds
you have to do is
impressive.
push the envelope a little further on this quantum stuff, and whether it's true or not, and you can get a nice bump these days. Yeah.
Wow. So their solution. I'm reading the article here, John. This is stuff that I can actually say the words. No idea what I'm about to say. So their technology is using a fast uh, adiabatic driving protocol to achieve coherent control of two heavy hole spin qubits in a double quantum dot system. Sounds impressive. No
If
idea
I
what I
might
just
add,
said.
they're also using traditional quantum experimental protocols, conventional methods such as linear ramps, TT pulses, or Landau's and ear channels.
Okay. Ooh. All right. One way or the other, it's trading, and that's really all we care about. So you know what? Look, as long as some pointy heads are doing some good stuff, and we can market the heck out of it, so people trade it and give us a move opportunity, then I'm all for it. Let's make it happen. This one actually, I said, it doesn't look bad. The price action looks good. At least it's got some decent volume. That being said, it is moving a little sideways at the moment, so it's not like it's running and gunning, but that's okay. Maybe it's saving the fast action for the open. So I'm gonna put it on the list for now. We can look and see if there's any levels that we can put on here, and we'll take a look at the rest of our list. BBAI is the next one on the list. It seems like if you've got AI in your title, you have at least an opportunity to get all mimi and move today. This is Big Bear AI. So, like you said, John, take any company name or idea, tack AI onto the end of it, and you're off to the races. Any news on Big Bear AI?
Big Bear. This is from yesterday. This is late in the day, almost toward the close. They got an upgrade, I believe. What did I have here? BBAI stock surged yesterday thanks to bullish coverage from H.C. Wainwright. As of this writing, analyst Scott Buck, that's a great name for an analyst. Scott Buck, Scott makes bucks, hopefully. Scott Buck's new 1 year price target of $7 per share implies additional upside of 40%. People, Scott Buck likes this stock. I don't know what else to tell you. That's best advice you'd get all year.
Well, if Scott Buck likes it, then how can we not? All right. Well, look, the price action is. I'm not in love with it. I have to admit. Look, it's got this sideways motion here within a penny range that I don't like. It seems to have sort of started to move a little bit better in the last few minutes, but it certainly doesn't look as good as Holo, for example. So I'll put it on the secondary list, and we'll see what else is moving. I already talked about RGTI. It does not need news to move. It's still riding the wave of its quantum announcement from like 2 weeks ago. Still trading with volume, 7 million shares already this morning. Looks like it's on track for what it has been doing for the last couple of weeks, which is moving with a ton of volume. So yeah, this one probably better than most. So you know what? I mean, at some point, I have to admit that RGTI is, a player, and at least it's here to stay for now, right? Like, I mean, these things can disappear as quick as they appear, but it looks like RGTI is going to be closing out the year strong. So if you like it, by all means, trade it. John, do you think you're going to be watching it again today after yesterday?
Probably, yeah. Hopefully, well, with a lot of other things looking green, crypto's looking good today. Maybe I can trade some stuff I'm more familiar with. That would make me happier. But perhaps.
Yeah. All right. Well, trade this enough, you'll become familiar with it. So, all right. MSTR is the next one on our list. That's a ticker, at least we are familiar with, because it's been around for quite a while. It has come down off the highs that we had set back in November, at the end of the month of November, but it's still generally been in play. We already have 1 million shares traded on this. It doesn't, again, it looks okay. It doesn't look great. You got to wait and see if the trading gods decide to bless it this morning when the opening bell rings. At the moment, I don't. I don't. I mean, this one often has people talking about it. I don't know if it actually has any news, John. Although I do see, I think are they selling some of their Bitcoin? I thought they were accumulating.
No, they just bought a bunch more. I read yesterday. They keep selling. What are they doing? They're like
Okay.
distributing more shares to buy more Bitcoin, or so they have this very circular
Oh,
internal Ponzi scheme going on that Michael Saylor says is totally not a Ponzi scheme. I'm not sure how it works, but
actually,
they keep acquiring.
you're right. I read that wrong. You're right. They're selling more. They're basically issuing more shares so they can get money to buy more Bitcoin. So that does feel very Ponzi scheme-ish, doesn't it? But anyways, all right. Look, hey, if the market's willing to continue to give them the money, if people are still buying their offerings, and so that they can invest further in Bitcoin, then I guess they're winning so far. So if you like it, by all means, trade it. Again, I'm not loving the price action, and it doesn't have anything new really about it. So we might move on. Wolf is on the list. WULF. We did talk about this. I think it was yesterday, either yesterday or before the Christmas break. I can't remember, but I do know we talked about it. I do not like it. I don't like the price action. It doesn't look good. We will have under 400,000 shares. Yeah, John, unless you tell me there's something magical about it, I'm going to dump it.
No, I think it just was moving yesterday. And I think this today is just the ripples of yesterday. So nothing I
Ripples
can
of
see
yesterday.
news wise. The
That
ripples of
sounds like a
yesterday,
good
folks.
sci-fi movie title. Anyways, all right. Moving on. Mara is on our list. So with Mara moving, maybe I need to check Bitcoin. What are Bitcoin prices doing right now? Do you have that at your fingertips, John? If not, I can look that up. What's
Yeah, I do. And yeah, they dropped to a low yesterday, maybe last night or something. It got down around 91,000, which is pretty low lately, and now it's bumped back up to close to 96. So we're definitely in a bounce back on Bitcoin at the moment, which I think is pulling up Mara, MSTR. CLSK was on the list previously. I don't know if it's on there right now. And coins up
okay?
almost, well, no, coins up 3% now.
Right. So here's an interesting question: who out there thinks that maybe I should do a poll here? Let's try and do something. Um, oh no, I want to create a new poll. What's happening? Oh, my poll system is not cooperating. Um,
Give me your question. I'll send you a poll.
uh, yeah, I was going to ask: will Bitcoin? Who out there thinks Bitcoin will actually close the year above 100K? We're going to start 2025 over 100K. Because I mean, we're close. We're definitely within shooting range. We're nine. Let's call it 96,000 right now. $4,000 on Bitcoin is definitely a move that it can make in a matter of hours, if not minutes. So it'll be interesting to see. We'll survey our members in the room. We'll see what you guys think, and we'll let everybody know out there on YouTube and of course in the room what our members think is going to be happening. So. it's you know, again, it's very possible. John, do you have a? Oh, I don't want to influence people's answers. Maybe I shouldn't. Well, look, we're gonna get the votes on YouTube as well.
I
I
have it
love
in
it.
YouTube. Yeah, got that up.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Well, we'll give that a couple of minutes, guys. Answer the polls both ways, and we'll see what the answers come out at. It'll be an interesting one. So, anyways, Mara is moving this morning. It's actually up 3%. Not not great volume. A million shares is okay, especially for a day like today. Maybe it will be in play. I guess I can't deny it. Maybe we should set some levels on it. Be ready just in case it chooses to move. But the last one on the gap up list, by the way, is Clean Spark. Same story. Right, so it's moving a little bit. Clearly, the increase in Bitcoin prices seem to be favoring it. Although both of these stocks have been down over the last couple of weeks, so they haven't been overtly popular. So, all right, so let's get your votes in there on YouTube and in the room. I see we got the room results. We'll wait for the YouTube results, and we'll see what happens.
I can end it right now. Get your results in now, and I'll.
Okay. All right. So let's see if there's any difference from the chat room perspective. 64% of you do not think that it's going to end over $100,000. Only 22% of you think it will. And then John threw a wild card answer in there. They said only Scott Buck knows what's going to happen because, of course, he is the analyst that increased the target price on. What did he do? BBAI, right? Is that what he?
That's correct.
That's what he.
BBAI. That is correct. That's Scott.
Oh, that's Scott Buck? Oh, look at him.
That's Scott Buck.
What a handsome lad.
Looks smart.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well done, Scott. Okay, and then on YouTube, what does our poll look like on YouTube? Looks like 38% of you think that it's going to close over 100K, and 61% of you say not a chance. So it's actually pretty close. If you take out the divergence for the Scott Buck answer, we're pretty close. So between the room and YouTube, 61 to 64% of you generally say that it's not going to happen. So, all right. So that's it seems like we were definitive. Now, so he'll be interesting, right? Let's see if we can remember. You guys remind me on January 2nd when we come back for live tradings. I mean, I know that Bitcoin's open 24/7 here, but when we come back to do the show next on January 2nd, we'll have to look at the Bitcoin prices and see if you're right. Generally, right, when the crowd says something, you should probably go the other way because the crowd is usually wrong. But we'll see. We'll see how accurate you guys are if we're going to close over or 100K. Let me ask one more officiant here. The Magic 8 Ball, and for those of you on YouTube, you may not be familiar with our Magic 8 Ball. It's the oracle of the room. So we got to ask you questions. We got to be very specific. So Magic 8 Ball, will Bitcoin close over $100,000 at the end of 2024? And the Magic 8 Ball says signs point to yes. All right. The Magic 8 Ball thinks that potentially it will close above 100K. Signs point to yes. So there you go. We'll see what happens. The Magic 8 Ball is on the side of the minority. So there you go. All right. All that fun aside, John, there's green on the screen. There's more green yesterday when we were looking. It was like all red everywhere. Do you have anything else gapping up that you think we should talk about?
I think Tesla's worth a look today, as always. It's up 1.5%. It got really low in after hours last night. It got down to like 410 something, I thought.
Oh, yeah. Didn't hear.
412, something like that. And then as soon as the market, as soon as it opened, quote unquote, I guess, whatever happens at 4 o'clock in the morning, it jumped right back up. Back to the range it was stuck in all day yesterday. If you were trading Tesla yesterday, this thing was like 422 to 425 all day long. It was probably pretty frustrating for some folks. I'm just going down my list here, looking for anything else that looks really impressive. It's all the crypto. It's the Mara, MSTR, coin. Those are the ones up the most. Everything else is green, but not like exceptionally. So I don't see anything else that stands out.
All right, so there you go. Well, Tesla's always worth looking at, so that's a good call out. I think we can look at that, when we get to setting levels. All right, guys, let's go to the gap down list. I've got us running a little bit behind, but it's okay. It's a light day, and the gap down is proving that, because really there's nothing here. We've got PDYN, which is Paladine Corp. Paladine AI Corp. I gotta get the AI in there because they've made a point of adding it to their name. They're gapping down about 7% with 800,000 shares traded. They've been up for the last couple of days. Yesterday was sort of a big sort of nothingness sideways day. Look at this price action, because I know I looked at it. At the open, it looked like it was going to make some good moves, but then look at how it just sort of right? Just went sideways without any significant movement or price action. I assume, John, this is just this is a continuing from the boredom of yesterday.
The ripples of yesterday, once again. Yeah. I think that's a chapter in a sci-fi book. That would be like, just one chapter.
Just one chapter. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's a good chapter
You don't
title.
think it's strong enough for an entire novel? I think that's fine. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's a short story or a chapter title.
Well, if it is a novel, it's a whole series. Then it's like the third book.
No, actually, that is a very good analysis. You're right, because that would be appropriate for a book in a series. I like it. Okay. Anyways, the last one on my list here, Well, no, actually, I missed one along the way here. LAES. I know we were looking at this over the last couple of days. Seal SQ. Still don't know how to say their company name. Is it Seals Q or Seal SQ, or maybe it's none of the above? Maybe you're supposed to. Maybe it makes some sort of weirdly pronounced word that I don't know how to say. But any guess, John, on how you say that company name?
No, that's a terrible company name.
Okay.
I'm sure given your extensive experience in business, that's just not the way to go. It can't be.
No. Those Swiss do things differently. Anyways, this was the company that we were talking about yesterday, because they announced this very awkwardly named Satellite as a Service model, this SATAAS model. Again, they're trying to capitalize on the old software as a service model, which is a SaaS model, and this is a SATAS model. Anyways, I don't know. They're apparently not good at naming things, would be my conclusion. But they are gapping down this morning, and I don't like them. So,
yeah,
nothing more to add there, John. Okay, good.
No.
Then we can move on. All right, Qbut moving down 500,000 shares, roughly 3% gap down. It had a lot of fun a couple weeks ago, and it had moved up. But over the last week, I mean, look at the relative narrow range of the price action, and it's just dead sideways. Like, I expect more out of my quantum computing companies, and Qbut is gotten boring on us. So who would have thought that the Qbut would not be delivering? Let's look at the other one, QBTS. Also a little bit better, frankly, but still not great. I don't know if I'd love to hear from anybody in the room or on YouTube if you guys actually tried to trade this or did trade this yesterday. But I don't. It's not looking great to me. I mean, maybe they're still worth putting on the list. I mean, it's not like we have a massive list today, but I don't know. I'm not loving them. So I don't see anybody saying they were trading it.
There's no news, nothing happening we should care about.
Okay. All right then. So, guys, pretty light list. Not much going on. The only things I'm watching of interest out of that are Hollow, that we talked about a little while ago. I might set some levels on Rigetti, RGTI. And then, just for the sake of it, because Scott said so, BBAI. We'll see about setting some levels. All right. That being said, John, how about gap down candidates? Anything there that you want to look at?
Very little red on my watch list. We talked about Qubit. We talked about QBTS, PDYN. We already know. Soundhound is down 1.2%. That's not terrible. And then the only other thing that's even red is Apple, which is barely red. Yeah, so I don't even have a lot to look at. I maybe take a look at Soundhound, perhaps, Peter.
Soundhound. Okay, let's pull that up. See what that's doing. Let's see. Not much so far this morning. Doesn't look great. Price action yesterday didn't look bad. Just looking at there quickly. Yeah, we're still up in the high range for Soundhound. Although I'm looking at these big wick little body candles. Looks like this thing is just closing where it opens. Yeah, it's like it made a couple of decent moves, a drop off the open, and then a rise right back up to the same level, which of course on the daily means it looks like it just sort of stayed flat. But yeah, it's got 1 million shares so far this morning, so I can't deny it's got better volume than most. So that could be that could be a potential target. Let's put it on here. I don't have a lot of things to set levels on. Why not? There we go. All right. People are talking about the Magic 8 Ball. I do still keep stats, by the way, on the Magic 8 Ball, and it is operating at about, as you might expect, a 56% accuracy. So it's just better than a flip of a coin, but it feels like it's within the margin of error. That's after 123 total predictions that we've made on the Magic 8 Ball. These are just random people ask me to do Magic 8 Ball predictions. This is over 4 years, by the way. So I got to add this one to it, but now before I forget. So we'll get to that in a minute. All right. Let's talk about what we got on the economic calendar. On the social calendar here. Light, I can tell you right up front, John, you're not going to have a lot to talk about because we are taking a break until next year. So maybe I can ask you what, and I think I probably know the answer off the top of this one, but party plans for tonight?
My wife and I discussed some exotic appetizers, perhaps, that we want to consume before 8 o'clock, because neither of us like to eat late anymore. Judicious use of alcohol, perhaps very limited. Probably tune into Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve. Does that impress people out there on YouTube?
Wow. That's so like you're gonna make it till midnight then?
Maybe. I don't know. No promises. Not a big holiday for me. I don't know. My kid's gonna be out till midnight, so I guess I have to stay up and make sure he's okay. That's what I do now.
Okay. Yeah, I've been in that situation, so I understand that. It's interesting. My wife and I are pretty much on the same path. I didn't have any exotic appetizers though on the menu. Maybe I'll have to add that just to compete.
I mean, by exotic, I mean we're not going to go to the normal grocery store. We might go to actually like Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or something. It's a bit of a drive, but it's worth it to keep the marriage spicy.
Oh, that's a little date afternoon in the Tesla then.
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
Oh, how excellent. Yeah, get some exotic stuff. So in Canada, we've got this taxation freeze, which frankly I have not seen anywhere. So it's doesn't seem to apply to services because they keep charging me taxes on things, and it's just to make work. The government's giving away money trying to keep themselves in power, and it's not working. In fact, our finance minister, if anybody remembers Canadian politics, resigned in a huff about 2 weeks ago. Week and a half ago. Anyways, it was all in the news, but so right now we only have like a sit-in head of finance. But anyways, yeah, I don't have any plans for tonight either. We have made the strategic decision not to go out. We've been going out and doing things last week or so and hosting parties, and so we said, you know what, to heck with it. New Year's, it's all on us. My one daughter is going out and she's got a party, of course, that she's going to, and the other one is actually inviting a friend over, and they're going to take it easy here at the house with us old folks. So we'll see how that plays out, but I'm okay with it. We're not going anywhere. So
we also hosted like
right.
4 dinners last week, so we're done.
Yeah.
We're tired from
See,
Christmas.
I'm in the same boat. we hosted a couple of dinners, and we're just like, yeah, we're good. We've done the social thing. We can, it's just it's a midnight clock turnover like any other day, really. I know that's boring, but it's sometimes that's just the way it is. All right. So social calendar. So that's what John and I have got going on. Hopefully you guys have plans that make you happy, whether they're big plans or not. From the events in the Bear Bull trading room, John, maybe you can sort of tell us what is or is not happening.
What is happening? So we're jumping right to Tuesday here. We're going. Oh, it is Tuesday. What day is it even, Peter? I hate this time of year. Um, so yeah. So what is going on, John? Normally we have a strategy webinar. It's Happy New Year. It's New Year's Eve. We are not going to have anything tonight because we want you guys to go out, have a good time, be with your loved ones, have some exotic appetizers or whatever is uh, in the cards for you. But the next week we get right back to it, and it's going to be a very popular webinar with Megan talking options 101, which is new year and new tools. I like that name. But always have people curious about options and how to get started. And Megan is an extremely good intro to options trader. So definitely check that out. It's going to be a really good webinar. And then if you'd like to join us, you know what? New year, new you. A good time to get at any of those resolutions, but one of those might be being a better day trader. And I can't think of a better way to be a better day trader than to join a community of people who really care about you having a good trading year. And that really is Bear Bull Traders. If you join us here, I really think you'll find a family and a great community of traders trying to make you better, whether it's the moderators or whether it's the other members. And you can join us in a number of ways from what we got here. We don't have our basic membership anymore. Okay, so we have the Elite Monthly for $199 a month, Elite Annual, the Diamond, or the Platinum. What's the Can you scroll down just a bit, Brent? I want to check that Platinum out. So that would be the premier offering, and that gets you 1 year of Elite access, all the webinars, everything. 3 months of DOS Simulator, which is great. Get you into a trading platform for 3 months, and you can use the DOS Sim account, which is probably the best sim account out there, access to the chat room, of course, but you also get that $50,000 buying power funded training account that you can trade. And that allows you to trade an account with $50,000 buying power. And if at the end of the 90-day period, you have more than $50,000 in buying power, or Andrew will cut you a check for the difference in the equity in the account. And so that's the premier deal. So yeah, if you want to get serious about day trading in 2025, perhaps consider joining us here.
All right. Thank you, John. I just there's something I wanted to share. I'm not sure if this will fit on the screen that I'm sharing. Oh, it won't quite. For all you number geeks out there, we'll have to move this up, get rid of the fancy picture. But for number geeks, we're heading into the year 2025, and 2025 happens to be the sum of the first 9 numbers cubed. So basically, if you cube 1 through 9 independently and then add them up, you get 2025. It also happens to be 45 squared. So I don't know. I'm not sure if that means anything to anybody, but number fun for, again, like I said, your number geeks. So there you go. They have another random fact at the bottom that I don't know if it's relevant at all, but that's fun with numbers. Okay. 2025 almost upon us. Let's take a look at what we've got going on for levels then. I'll set those quickly. We're going to get to some live trading, as we always do here in the mornings, and make sure that we take you through this very last trading day. We're going to have Brian, who's always here, and we need someone to join Brian. I think Andrew, again, said he was out partying, or is he not? I don't even know if he's here or not. Let's see if he's logged into the room yet. Hasn't logged into the room yet, so we'll see what's going on there. Let me start with the levels, and I'm going to start right with Soundhound since I've got it on the list here. Not really a lot of levels for me to mark. Now, keep in mind, I've got some feedback. What's going on? I've got repeated.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Andrew, I think, is coming on.
Yeah, no worries. All right, that was weird. Okay, guys, keep in mind, on my charts, I automatically have marked the high and low of the previous 2 days. And you can see on SoundHound, the high of the previous 2 days ago pretty much gives me the all-time high here in SoundHound. It just poked barely higher than that at 24.98. So you want to watch the whole dollar numbers. I'm gonna put a marker here at 24.98 because I want to see that all-time high, which means if we get close to 25, watch it. It could have a big breakout. I don't know that it's necessarily going to today, but I've got that marker there. The low of the previous 2 days gives me low ranges that I can watch, so those are automatically marked on my chart. And if we go back in time on SoundHound, well, we're well above any other range that we can consider relevant here. So really not a lot of levels to set. We've really just got what we've been doing the last couple of days to look at, which means sometimes you want to go into a smaller chart, right? You want to look at the 60-minute chart. Where's the majority of the price action been? You can see around the $24, right? Maybe a place to look. So not a surprise that a stock like this, the whole dollar numbers might be an interesting place to keep an eye on. So, like I would put a marker right before each of the whole dollars. As you can see, I've got one at 23.96 and one at 24.98. So that's good for SoundHound. All right, let me go to some of the other ones that were on our list, starting with Holo, H-O-L-O. I still like, I like the way it's moving here pre-market. I mean, I don't like the direction, meaning it doesn't really have one, but I do like the volume. We're up to almost 13 million shares. And on the daily, it's moving up to a range here where I think there might be some interest. I could see a range of what might become resistance here around $9.30, where it spiked higher in October. So I'm going to keep an eye on that level. Once again, the high and low of the previous day is certainly going to be in play here. Yesterday's high being around $7.81. We're trending above that today. I would expect that to be support on the price if this goes lower and then before it moves higher, right? Which it can certainly do at the open. So keep an eye on that. If you're planning to trade Holo, I think those are our best levels. Other than that, I mean, if you go back, this thing has certainly been higher and a lot higher, but I don't know that we're going to get up to those levels at all. If I look back here in August, we had a high of $15.20. Might be worth putting a level there. But again, that feels like a huge stretch from where we are now. This thing would have to get going pretty majorly from where we're at. So, I mean, it's possible, but is it probable? I'm not sure. It doesn't feel likely on a day like today, but never say never. So that's Holo for this morning. The other one that we said we would look at is BBAI because, again, our new best friend Scott said so, and he's got a price target of $7. So I guess we need to put a level at 7, right? Let me do that. I'm going to put a level right at $7 because apparently that's where he estimated the price to go to. Is that in range of the current price action? Absolutely not. But you never know where things will go. This thing is certainly at a high that it's set over the last little while. In fact, back earlier this year, the previous spike high for the year would have been $4.80, we'll call it. And we're well above that right now. So it looks like BBAI is poised to close the year on a high unless it drops significantly from where it is now, which again, possible, but probably it'll just stick in this $5 range is my guess. So let's see what happens. It's a NYSE stock I notice here as well. What does that mean? It means when I look at it, it trades on the New York Stock Exchange. It just means that the price action is a little bit, it's a little more difficult to predict, in my opinion. The technical indicators are usually less reliable on NYSE stocks. The other one that we said we were going to take a look at here is RGTI. So let's pop it up. RGTI, again, up towards this high that it set 2 days ago, back on the 27th. 2 trading days ago, that is. We're not looking that bad, actually, this morning. Over 9 million shares traded so far. And if I look at the price action, right, it's pretty decent. So I think RGTI has an opportunity to move again today. And, if John traded it yesterday, that's enough for me. That's all I need to hear, that it is in play and maybe worth taking a look at. So I'm going to be putting it on my list today just to see what it does. In terms of levels, well, look, the high of the previous 2 days are setting levels I want to look at. Yesterday's high being at 1824. I've already got marked, and the 2 day ago on the 27th has hit a high of 1935, which is also the all-time high. So if we get up there and get through the 1935, it's a clear shot to $20. but we'll have to see what's going to happen there. Those are the things that we were looking at. Mara was on our list, right? We could take a look at Mara. Not doing anything particularly interesting. It's here inside the range that it set yesterday. So I think, again, my highs and lows of the previous 2 days are what's going to carry Mara. Last one that we had talked about that John suggested is on our list is Tesla. I agree with him. Tesla is looking interesting. It's actually looking interesting to the downside, but if it does what it did yesterday and stay in this, let's call it a 420 to 425 range, that isn't that interesting. So let's go to a 60-minute chart and see. Like, you can see how yesterday, right, traded in this range, but I'm hoping we get either a breakup over 425, 426, or a breakdown below 420, because then we got some room to move all the way down to this low that it had set after hours that John mentioned that we had got to around 411. So there is room to move on Tesla. We just got to wait and see if it's going to break out of this range. So that would, for me, would be the first indicator, right? Break through that range. Then I can watch those two level areas that I just talked about, by the way, which are already marked on my chart, because we've got the high and low of the previous 2 days, which brackets that just nicely. So I've already got all the indicators I need. All right, guys, that's all the ones we talked about. The only other thing I just saw Andrew mentioning MLGO, micro algo, which has taken off in the last couple of minutes here. Let's go to a 1 minute chart. And we see that literally in the last couple of minutes, micro algo has taken off here, and it's now up about 60% with 3.8 million shares. It is moving. So this looks like one of our low float in play. Is it a low float? John, can you take a look at that one quickly? Is that a low float?
Yeah, I'll take a look. They do have some news that came out just minutes ago, and the news is that they have announced the launch of full adder operation quantum algorithm technology based on CPU registers in quantum gate computing. The float is 9.7 million shares with a short float of 3.6%.
Okay, so we've got all the combination of factors. We've got relatively few shares in the float, sitting at under 10 million. We've got them using some magic words out there, talking quantum. And of course, we've got a day when there's not a lot else to pay attention to. So I think MLGO is a potential target to put on your list. So there you go. Let's add that in there. You guys can watch it if you're willing to play this type of float. All right, I hear our live traders queuing up. John, okay, if you can maybe tell us what they've got on their watch list, and then we'll hand the podium over to them.
Yeah, let's take a look. So don't have too many. No, there they are. Okay, wow, we got everybody chiming in here. Mike is looking at Tesla and coin. He'll be checking out that crypto bump. Thor, NVIDIA, Tesla, the SPY, and the Qs. Megan, Rigetti Spaghetti. She's hoping it's rigatoni today. Phil's Tesla, NVIDIA, coin, and the SPY. Brian, Tesla, NVIDIA, PLTR. This one we didn't talk about, I don't think. KOLD, swing from yesterday. That's a swing trade. And Gangnam. I don't think that's a ticker. I think that's an attitude or something. Sean's looking at NVIDIA, Tesla, NQ, and SPY, and additionally coin and MSTR. Andrew, the big boss. Rigetti, the spaghetti, coin, MSTR, Tesla, NVIDIA. Paris, RGTI, Tesla, NVIDIA, PLTR, and FFIE. I just saw mentioned in YouTube, so that might be moving a bit here too. It's up almost 40% this morning. So that one's definitely in play as well. Did we look at that, Peter? I might have been spacing out.
Which one are you talking about here? The FFIE? No, we did not.
Yeah. So it's moving a bit.
I see it moving here. It's on a downturn right at the moment, but I mean, in like 32 million shares, it is absolutely in play. So not a surprise. Like I said, you're going to get more of these low float offerings that are out there and moving this morning. So pick the one that you like, or the ones that you like. Just be careful, please, as you're trading anything. I want you to end the year well. And I talk about my trading, but you're not supposed to talk about a streak when you're in the streak. So you know what? Maybe I'll take the risk. We'll talk about it on January 2nd. We'll see if whatever I'm talking about but not talking about continues. So I'm going to leave it at that because it's for my own benefit. I do hear Brian out there and maybe Andrew. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
You're bringing us back to Colombia, are you? You're trading Gangnam Style. I ran into your video
Exactly.
just the other day, and we had a dance party on a boat, and it wasn't really a big boat, and we were very aggressively, or maybe I should say I was very aggressively dancing Gangnam Style up and down this boat. Everybody thought I was going to go overboard and take half of everybody with them, but we survived. But it was a lot of fun. So if you run
It
across
was.
if you run across Brian's YouTube feed out there, you can actually see a video of it. I actually just saw it. I said yesterday, I think it was, and yeah, there's a video of it out there, so somewhere in
It
social
was a
media land. But
lot of fun. It was you,
that it was.
me, and Paris. Paris burning up the dance floor.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, guys, we're going to hand it over to Andrew. Good morning. Welcome as well.
Yeah. Good morning.
We can't hear you, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Uh-oh.
You're muted or something.
Guys, Peter, don't listen to
There he
Peter.
is.
Peter is spreading misinformation. Why are you saying Andrew is partying and missing trading? When did I miss trading for partying? Like, what is this misinformation? Like,
I said maybe.
these
I
alternative.
was speculating. You know, just
No, don't listen to Peter, guys. You lost all of your credibility on that front.
all right. Sure.
No, but in all seriousness, well, sorry, I missed a few days. Thank you so much, John. Appreciate that. Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year, Peter. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for your amazing companionship this year. I hope that everybody's ready for next year. Brian, how are you, brother?
Good. Very good, man. Ready to do it Gangnam style again. So, yeah.
Excellent.
And we're starting out the day pretty well here. We were talking yesterday in the room about natural gas. Natural gas had a huge up day yesterday, but I just thought it wasn't sustainable. It looked like, and the way it traded, felt like it was going to fall back. And yeah, it's down 6% today. So I will sell the rest of that position. So I'm short natural gas right now.
So
I
through
did sell
what
half yesterday.
product?
Oh, well, I've got a little bit of KOLD, which is ETF, shorting
Yeah.
natural gas, and I also have some. There's a Canadian ETF, Horizon Beta Pro ETF, HND. So if you're Canadian, you can trade those as well, but be very careful with natural gas. It's very, very. They call it the widowmaker, and they don't, and they do that for a reason because it is very gappy. Just look at the
It's
daily
very
chart.
famous.
Yeah, gaps all over the place. So and you can lose a lot of money very quickly trying to swing this. So yeah, but I just thought it was really overextended yesterday, so took a bit of
All
a
right, crypto
risk.
is back. So Bitcoin is back
Crypto's back up.
96,000. MSTR is interesting. MSTR is gapping up 5%. So MSTR was really underperforming the Bitcoin. Don't ask me why that Bitcoin is up, but MSTR is down.
Yeah, I think it's still MSTR is still pretty risky strategy. Using their stock price to buy Bitcoin and then selling securities against it to buy more Bitcoin. I mean, they could be holding up the market just themselves because they just keep buying Bitcoin.
Yeah, so I did have a small trade on MLGO on the pre-market, but this one was pretty nice. Like popped up really nice. It's kind of losing the momentum now. 1 minute to the open. Let's see. Usually trading in the pre-market is a little bit tricky, guys, because you can't use market order. So that's something that you should consider. Be careful on that. Let's see at the open if it wants to go through 8 or not. So it's a 6 million shares float. See what is going to happen with it. Mr. Pesim.
Yeah, it looks like, it's going to be I don't know that's going to be we'll see what happens, see what the market gives us. But, it is New Year's Eve, and I'm, things could get quiet fairly quickly. Oh, and we've
All right, ding, ding, ding,
just
ding. The market is
reopened.
open, guys.
Yeah, so
The market
I'm
is
not
open.
really I'm just reacting right now.
This
See what
MLGO is
happens.
interesting. Be careful, guys, on your share size on MLGO. MLGO is super volatile. Let's see what MSTR is doing. MSTR, not a lot of volume that I was hoping. Tesla is doing some opening range breakout situation.
Tesla's got some orders to the upside. I think I'm going to take a long here on Tesla.
Jared is going long heavy on MLGO. Be careful, guys, on size, guys. Size is very important on MLGO, guys. Don't go too heavy on it.
That was aggressive. Huh?
426. just seeing if Tesla can get back to 427 here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Wow,
Just
yeah, Tesla's
selling.
super strong.
Yeah.
One day that I
Sold
didn't
some.
trade in the first 2 minutes, yeah.
Just got out of some there at 427.50 because that is yesterday's high right there. Or that popped over yesterday's high actually.
I'm looking at MLGO potentially if it goes above 8.
Interesting.
MSTR.
NVIDIA's gone red. That's interesting. Oh, Tesla's pulling back now. Yeah, I'm not liking that. I'm getting out of the rest of Tesla, so that kind of ate away at my profit there. So I had to take a loss on the rest. So yeah, some choppy price action here. Rigetti came down to PDC and bounced off
Rigetti is
that.
coming up. Let's see what the volume is on Rigetti. Its action so far. So we use DAS Trader. We use DAS Trader and Interactive Brokers for trading. Tesla looks like it wants to go down.
Yeah, so does Rigetti.
We have shares on Rigetti too.
I'm short Rigetti. See where it goes here.
Tons of shares to short on Rigetti.
Rigetti spaghetti.
Short 1680, big beat down there. That's a bearish sign.
Here we go. Yep, there's a big bid at 1650. I don't know if we're going to get there.
Tesla is trying to come back. It's up 1%. I don't want to short Tesla right now at R4. It looks like a good place. Qs are popping up. SPY is popping up. If my
Just covered some more Rigetti. Covered more Rigetti at 1660.
This thing is such a beast.
Tesla's dropping too, yeah. SPY and Qs are kind of doing nothing right now.
SDR. Yeah, MLGO got halted. So this is a volatility halt, 5 minutes, that guys. Again, that's the reason that I'm saying don't go heavy on that. This is a little bit tricky.
This is that was halt on the downside. I'm not watching it. Here we
Yeah,
go.
it's
We're
a halt
into the
on the downside.
50s. We're into the 50s on Rigetti. Come on, lose that. Lose those 50s. Come on. Yeah.
Tesla also dropped significantly.
Yeah, Tesla really popped and dropped there. NVIDIA is kind of coming back up. Still holding some short
No
on
trade for
Rigetti,
me,
although
guys.
they've lost that that big order at 1650, which concerns me a little.
Yeah, MLGO potentially good short. Is it MLGO shortable? I don't think it's shortable with IB.
It's got floats about 10 million, just under.
Yeah, 6 million. Sometimes you might find something. Tesla is going to go red. I should have shorted Tesla on that pullback.
I know. It didn't have a lot of had a lot of orders to the upside at the open, and then just this one big order at 420. Damn. Yeah, that was a nice. That would have been a good short. Oh well, c'est la vie. All right, we're back at 50. Here we go. We lost 50 on Rigetti. I'm going to cover
Rigetti
some
short
here.
50. Nice. Yeah. Brian, very nice short on Rigetti. Love that.
Here we go. Here we go. It's going to cover some more here at 36. Ooh. Gundam style.
Ion Q hit the scanner. Let's see what the Ion Q is doing.
What's Thor
this
doing?
One's
Ooh,
also
Thor's in it on Tesla at a short. Nice.
Tesla definitely is going to go red. The question is, can we short it now? Yeah, I'm going to short the Tesla a little bit now. It's a little bit tricky now, but let's see if we can get.
It's going to bounce.
Field. Yes.
Probably going to bounce. It might bounce here. We'll see. There isn't.
Yeah,
There
I'm
aren't
going to
many
short
orders.
quickly Tesla. Yeah, I'm short
There's no
Tesla
orders above
418.
there. Yeah.
Let's see. It's
Watch
a
out
little
for
bit
a
tricky
bounce.
because they're kind of chasing it. So let's see if it quickly goes to this level that we have, this R3.
Oh, look at this. There's a big order at 1620 on Rigetti. And then there's another big
So I'm
order
short
at
guys
16.
Tesla. I got a partial fill on that actually. So at 418, let's see if we can go to 416. Quick scalp. There's the level here down at 415. Short Tesla, guys. Let's
Nice.
end the year with profitable trade, please.
You've got your yesterday's low is right there too. We're getting near that.
Here we go. Okay, that's what I want to get. I want to get to 415.50. All right, now partialing here. Perfect. Yeah, partialing, guys. Nice. That's the trick that I wanted to get. It was a little bit tricky, but I survived. So 450. Oh, that was awesome. Wow. Did you see that? Wow.
Yeah, nice. I would have thought it would have there would be some bouncy action there, but didn't even do that. Okay, here we go.
Yes.
Let's get another leg.
Amazing.
Let's get another leg on
Now-
Rigetti here. Looking for another leg on Rigetti. Oh, that's nice.
MSTR is also going downhill. CDU is going uphill. Why?
Taking some time to sell some of my short position on natural gas as well.
The Widowmaker.
The Widowmaker. Yeah, someone was one of our followers in YouTube mentioned he had a BOIL, BOIL, kind of blew up his account a while ago. And Boyle is
Right.
the ETF you play long. If you want to be long natural gas. And actually, if you watch my video on the weekend, I had some long natural gas. I was long natural gas because I was looking at it as a breakout. So I may get back into some long natural gas position here, but I still have some KMI, which is Kinder Morgan. It's a natural gas play. So Rigetti's kind of bouncing here. I'm not liking this action. It just looks like the trend is broken on Rigetti, so I'm getting out of the rest of it. Didn't have a lot left
MSTR is
because I
at
did
low
cover a
red.
lot of it down at.
MSTR is on low red. I'm still short Tesla a little bit, 2,000 shares. My stop loss is back at break even 418. You can see my screen, guys. People who are in the chat room should be able to see my live screen, entries and exits. 933 was a really good place to short Tesla, like at 424, like going there. I kind of hesitated that. FFIE, these lower price stock, guys, anything that, be careful on these ones. These are really, like, see what happened to MLGO. Share size is very important, guys, on this. Very, very, very important. Sound. Probably is going to stop me out.
Wow, Rigetti came right back up to the VWAP.
Great trade, Tesla Paris. Great trading. Wow, on Tesla. Great short. That was a very nice short Paris. Very, very. That's exactly where I wanted to get that at 424, but hesitated on that. I don't know. Rigetti bounce back. You must cover your short, huh? On Rigetti.
Yeah, I did. I covered the rest of it. Yes.
Thor is Meta short. Why is Meta is a short? Meta 589 shorts. Yeah, Meta lost all these post-election gains. It's very interesting. This one is meh. MLGO is a disaster.
Come on.
Broadcom, AVGO, no volume. So this is also no. SOXL is nothing. AMD has been really not bad. Not great lately. Tesla looks like he wants to hold this 415 level. Let's see. SDR bouncing back. Yeah, that was a nice short I got from Tesla, so that was reasonable. Let's see what we can get.
That was a bit of a ballsy trade there, chasing it down now close to PDC. Wow, Rigetti came ripping back here.
Rigetti is interesting, yeah. I'm going to get a long on Rigetti, 766. Yeah, shit. I was thinking of going long about the rebound.
There is a big order at 18.
Yeah, it looks like it wants to go. I'm going to go long on Rigetti, 1750. Kind of shit. I saw it a little late. Let's see if we can get break of high of the day. High of the day, 1770.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not going to chase it up here.
Yeah, I'm long. The average of Rigetti is at 1760. Let's see if you can go above high of the daybreak of 1770. Go to 18. It's really big pop. 71. There you go, guys. Let's go and see if we can adding a little bit more here. See if we can actually get to 18.
Yeah, that pullback was a good area to add on.
Come on, 18, 18, 18, 18. We get to 18.
And some of the orders at 19 and 20 as well.
Side late. I was thinking of it. If it comes above the VWAP, I'll go there. The higher pre-market is obviously around 18, 1797. Let's see if you can squeeze the shorts here. Tesla probably stop me out very soon. Rigetti, come on, Rigetti. 1792 bounce back, huh? SDR is also coming back up, huh? You can break 17.
Tesla's moving.
18. If you break 18, you might actually go to the yesterday high at 1829. So let's see if nobody's dumping their shares over there. That would be really cool. Oh, there you go. I think we're going to go there. Let's see if we can get a big ask at 18. Big ask sitting at 18. It's round numbers. Yeah, the pattern is super nice. Come on, come on, come on. 18. It's time. Their time is a charm. 1795. You can do it. Ah, shit. Tesla's going back up.
Yeah, Tesla is
Getting out of my
bouncing
Tesla.
back here.
Shit.
It's got
Yeah, I'm getting out of my
back
Tesla.
it's coming back to VWAP here. Thought about taking it long there, but AMD, wow, AMD is ripping back here. SPY and Q's coming back up. Yeah, I think Tesla,
Come on,
or I think
Rigetti.
Thor had a good trade on Tesla as well. Good short at the open. mRNA showing up on the scanner. There goes Tesla.
mRNA. There you
Yeah,
go.
it's showing up, hitting on the scanner.
There you go. Adding a little bit more on
I'm
the
not sure.
yes. There you go. So
I'm not
18.
sure.
We're gonna get that. Yes.
I'm not sure if it's got something
There
to
you
do
go.
with his
So
bird
okay,
flu thing.
yes, guys. The big ask at 18. I added more a little bit. Let's see if we can get the break of 18. Still that big ask at 18. It's getting bigger, so I think it's gonna break the 18. There you go.
Pre-market high right here on Rigetti.
55.
Damn, Tesla keeps going up here. Got FOMO now. I'm not gonna chase it. It's probably gonna reject.
That's interesting.
Tesla's going
Yeah.
to
Nice. Yeah, Tesla could be a long here at 420.
I hate chasing. That's not a setup for me.
Rigetti's
NVDA
I'm
is
still
at
long, guys. At Rigetti. Stays here is more dangerous. It didn't get halted today. No. Yet he's still rejecting the 18, which is not good.
Yeah, pre-market high, like I said. Tesla could break out here to the upside.
I probably need to get out of Rigetti.
Actually, might break down. Actually,
Getting out of Rigetti, guys. It's 1745. So it comes back up. I wish I was getting it a little bit earlier, but I'll see. If it comes back up to 1780, I might actually go long in there. Tesla might be a long because it did squeeze up. What's the market doing?
I'm thinking it might be a short.
Oh, short on Tesla. Yeah, the problem
I
with
don't
the
know. I
Tesla
mean,
is like you have two big high. I'm actually long on Tesla 420
yeah, I don't
because
know.
they had this 5-minute became super bullish. Like they're so higher high and higher low. Let's see.
See, it's
Might be
really
a long
choppy
though.
right around the VWAP.
GTI didn't break the
There
18.
was a big order sitting right at that 419 level. They filled that. Now it might go up. There was an order there right at 419, fairly large order that they filled. They dropped down to fill it, so it might continue up now because it seems like there's more orders to the upside. Yeah, look at it, Scott. I told you. I knew it.
Tesla, I'm long Tesla, guys. Anyone with this with me on 420? Tesla
Yeah, I
is
got
going
long
great.
Tesla. As
See, I'm
soon as
back
they
long on
filled
our
those,
GTI, guys. I'm also back long on our GTI. Let's see
as
if
soon as
the
they filled those
Rigetti is going to
orders.
GTI now. Let's see here what goes there. There you go, 18. This one, RGTI. It's really fighting back at 18, huh?
That was nice. So I'm trading Tesla with 420 calls. So I'm using calls instead of
So you went
orders
long.
flashed at. Yeah, I went long. Yes, as soon as they
Yeah.
came down and filled that order and it popped right back up, that's when I decided it was going to be a long. Yeah, just coming back. They always be careful with options. Did sell a little bit on that pop. Yeah, I didn't trade it at the open with options because it's because the option I'd like to wait and let the option market settle out a bit here. I'm not really liking this pullback. This was right at R4 where we rejected on Tesla.
Still long on RGTI, guys. Let's see if this is very dangerous. Like it's really holding too long here. I hope that it really doesn't drop significantly on me. Tesla, I think it still has the potential to go higher.
Yeah, I think
Because
so.
Tesla,
I think
940, 945 was really super bullish. That's why I went long.
I'm actually getting out of the rest of my options. Just didn't like that rejection at R4 was a pretty big rejection.
For Tesla?
Yeah.
Come on, Rigetti. MLGO is a nightmare. Still long Tesla. I haven't partialed. I want to see if you can get to
Yeah, it does have, you know,
423.
it does have the potential to go up for sure. Now it's through R4. Some big orders at 425. CVD is a little bit green.
Crazy. Tesla. Yeah, so there is this moving averages on the 5-minute chart. If you get there, start partialing. I'm long on Tesla, guys.
Okay, I don't have a position on Tesla anymore, unfortunately.
You got the stopped out on the calls.
Yeah, I just took the rest of the calls off. Just I didn't like the rejection at R4.
Brian, you got chickened out, huh?
Well, you have to be careful with
Nah.
options because they can really turn against you pretty fast.
Partialing some Tesla here for 20, and then here for 23.
Here's a big
Rigetti is
order at
gonna go.
425.
Yeah, so I like the 5-minute is bullish, higher lows. But I have the chance to get out of Rigetti at break even. Should I get out or should I be the degen? It's the last day. All right, so I don't know, Rigetti. Either it's going to be the best trading day or it's going to be the worst trading day for my life for 2024. Depends on Mr. Rigetti and his company.
Mr. Rigetti, yes.
Mr. Rigetti.
There's still a big order. There's still a big order sitting there at $18.
Yeah, I know. It's so close.
But
so all right, so let's see.
of course, the
Price trying to
problem
come
is
back up.
when it stays there so long, it's eventually people start to get holders that you start to get a little nervous and they start to sell. So see if it can get through this 18 level. What's happening with volume? Volume's kind of dropping off a little bit here on Rigetti. Tesla's struggling here. Might move up.
I swear to God, it's going to go this time. It's going to go this time. Rigetti.
It almost feels like if it doesn't go this time, it's going to drop. If it doesn't start to move here.
I mean, I have the option to sell my position and come out of it is green, but I'm gonna see if I'm the same. It would be cool to get to break of 18. Like a lot of traders are in our funded account made money on the Rigetti.
Tesla's dropping.
Really nice price action, good volume, good float. Deep breath, you can do it.
Okay, guys, no position for me. I'm just watching right now.
Still long Tesla, guys. I am holding it potentially to go higher. Potentially, I can actually add in there on Tesla to 422.50. Holo breaking it. Yeah, Holo is keep hitting the scanner. I want to check it out, but let me see. I have a volatile position on Rigetti Computing, RGTI. Let's see if this one goes through 18 or not.
Holo. I had a bunch of them that I was watching on the weekend. Holo was one of them.
YOLO Holo. What is Holo doing?
Holo is at R4.
Holo, it's going to. What is this company? Microhold. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. MLGO got halted again to the downside.
It's just nightmare.
Don't play around with that. It looks hazardous to your.
Holo is going to go through 9. Holo is great. Micro Cloud Hologram. That's a very interesting price action. The volume is great on it too.
I think this is one that has about a 10 million float.
All right, I'm getting out of RGTI at 1750. And he was gonna.
Yeah, you see it spent too long there. Might come down to the VWAP, do some consolidation, and then make another run for it. But
Holo is amazing. Like, hasn't been halted yet. No, huh? Holo. So I'm also long Tesla. Let's see what Tesla is going to give us. But Holo is super nice. 60 million shares float. Shares for short. Available. Wow. What is that?
20. It says
man.
20 million in the 20 million in the float, 13.5% short interest.
Wow.
Holo, baby. There is shares for short on Holo. If you want to take a chance. ET, Energy Transfers showing up on the scanner today. That's good.
I'm long Tesla, guys. I want to see Tesla keeps going higher or not. RGTI. I think I'm going to blow up my account on this RGTI. 422. Holo. Yeah, Holo is interesting. It's extended now. I don't want to short it. It's a little bit extended, but it looks like Holo has really good volume and order flow.
Yeah. I just not gonna chase that either. The share price is kind of jumping around.
Right, so Tesla, let's see if Tesla can continue the higher lows. 5 minutes turned out to be really bullish. The reason that I went long on Tesla was I really liked the, where's my pen? I really liked the 5 minutes. Like that's why I didn't short it when it came to the VWAP because, this is a very bullish candlestick pattern, like higher low, especially very bullish. So I thought that this one might actually go higher. That's why I went long at below 420.
Yeah. And the reason I went long it was hanging around the VWAP, and then it did this little pullback to pick up these shares at 419, and then it popped right back up through the VWAP, and that's when I took it long. That was kind of an indication to me. Yeah. Now it's back to the VWAP. Yeah, ooh, NVIDIA's looking like it's going to head lower here. What's AMD doing? AMD's gone red on the day.
All right, I'm getting out of Tesla long, guys. Today is not a great day. Not a great day. I should have stayed in bed.
I've had an okay day. So, you know, the Tesla trade at the open wasn't that great. The Rigetti short was probably my best trade, and the Tesla long wasn't that great, but still managed 3 green trades. I'm not sure if I want to trade anymore.
I wish I was stopped trading after the short on Tesla.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Amazon.
Let's see what Holo's
Apple's
doing.
flat. Holo really pulled back from that $9 pop. That was right at R4.
It's
Damn, should
crazy,
have
Holo.
shorted it.
Float 5.6 million. All right, Tesla lost it. Tesla might actually go back red.
Yeah, Tesla is like looking weak, but I can't, you know, honestly, I don't see it going red, but you never know.
Anyone? What's everybody's trading? What's the chat room trading? All right, so they're really nice. Yeah, I'm out of Rigetti. NVDA is short, huh?
Yeah, NVIDIA is right at low of day.
MSTR short.
AMD is low of day. It's
So
gone
that's
red.
very nice.
Rigetti is going to go red again. See, this Rigetti was a classic example of trying to get through a level and with multiple tries. And so we mentioned this. If it didn't break, it was all these people that were buying and holding at this level decided to start to bail because they were losing confidence that Rigetti was going to move up. So when the selling started, it begat more selling. Doesn't mean it won't go back up here, but we'll see. Yeah,
Wow,
Tesla's
MSTX.
really looking weak.
MSTX is what is this? Is a short of MSTR?
Wow. MSTX?
Yeah, MSTX is a short of
Never heard of it. Wow.
MSTR.
MSTR went red on the day. Wow.
Yeah, MSTR is.
I don't trade that. It's too the spread can be pretty bad and it tends to jump around. So I haven't traded it at all.
This MSTX is
Well,
amazing. It says Defiance daily 2 times long MSTR. But this is the funny part because it's down 28%. Like I don't know how it works. Like MSTR is down only. Like how much is down MSTR? MSTR was up like 5% and now 6%, so twice 12%. Why this one is swayed? Oh my god, destroyed. The world is being destroyed on this MSTR, man.
I know. Qs and SPY just took a bit of a drop there. Qs are at low of day.
Hmm.
Wonder if we should trade an SPX option.
Julio is asking, it seems that you traded less this year compared to 2023. I think, yes, I traded much less than 2023 because I was traveling a lot this year. But I made more money just because my account is bigger. But percentage-wise, my return on account was lower. This year was about 80% return on my account. This is still pretty good because SPY is giving like 20% return. Yeah, Archie, you can try the funded account second time. We actually have a really good trader on funded account that I think is going to be over $15,000 profit if he doesn't fuck it up. Sorry, if he doesn't mess it up in the next month or so. I really hope that he would get it. Actually, I don't know if it's a he or she. And maybe I invite him actually to Vancouver, all expenses paid, because it's a really good trader, really trading really well. But yeah, you can do that. You can definitely. Holo is coming back up. Brian, what do you think about just jumping YOLO and Holo? 885. I'm going to go
YOLO and
long at
Holo.
883 on Holo. Getting
SPY
a long on
bounced
Holo.
off
Let's see if Holo can go
PVC.
through 883. But yeah, so potentially you can do that. And if you actually take a loss in the first half of the funded account, you can actually reset it. We can reset for you and just you can do that. Ah, shit, hold on. Let me get some Holo here at 865. Let's see Holo can actually go back to 9. This one, be careful of your share size, guys. In these. Get to 9. It's
Take a
coming
look
up.
at what it looks like on Bookmap.
Holo Bookmap.
Some big orders. Yeah, there's some big orders at 9 and above. What's Tesla doing? Tesla looks like it's gone red again on the day. So I'm kind of glad I bailed on the rest of my calls there, even though I could have gotten a better price for them. But ooh, SPY Q's dropping. SPY is trying to
Guys,
hold
we
PVC.
start the bootcamp, guys, next week too. So our 12 bootcamp is just gonna probably want to be the best bootcamp that we had. So the people who purchase the bootcamp or the platinum members that comes with the bootcamp, make sure that you get an email that we send the introduction email. So if you haven't got the email for the bootcamp, guys, make sure that email Mike at Bearable Traders or Mike at pcapitaltrading.com. Yes, all the funded accounts are monitored. So we actually check them daily. John does that.
Tesla looking to bounce here off R3.
Back long on RGTI at 1730. I think RGTI has the potential to go back up. So I'm getting a long on RGTI at 1730. Then I add more above 1760 if it had... No, Luis, you can sign up for a funded account for the second time. Yes, yes, Maxwell, you can do that. You can purchase the bootcamp separately, but because we have a New Year deal, you can actually purchase one bootcamp and you get 1 year of membership as well. So I think it makes sense for you to just purchase the platinum and then you get 1 year additional membership as well. So Samit, how many times you can actually sign up for the funded account. I think you can sign up as many as time if you're losing, because I want people to actually lose in this before they go to the live account. But if you're really making money, like this first trader that we have, that in 2 months he made $15,000, I probably ask him please not to sign up again. Of course, I have no control if he uses another email or something, but that would be nice for him not to do that, because it's not really designed to be a prop firm to make money out of it. So yeah, Steve. So if you want to be restart the funded account, you have to pay if it's before the half. And the reason for that is we want to be accountability, Steve. If you can just blow up the account and then reset it again, and then blow up again, and then reset it again, and then at the end, have some profit, so give me my profit, then there's no accountability in there. So it has to be accountability. That's the whole point of the account.
Just, I'm long a little bit of Tesla with calls again, just on this. Seems like a trend break.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna get stopped out on this freaking Holo 2. Let's see if Rigetti is gonna go back up. Yeah, this Holo kind of lost it.
See if we can get back to 420 on Tesla. 420 number seems to be sticky.
Yeah, Mac, you can purchase and you can sign up for anything that anytime that you want. So potentially what you can do is you can purchase now, and then if you're not ready, so wait for the May bootcamp and start. So Chin, you got to email us. Email us, and then we'll activate it for you anytime that you're ready. Remember, a funded account comes with a 3-month simulator as well. So anytime that you're ready, you can start both. And the simulator account comes with options trading as well. Let's see if this Rigetti is going to pop up, RGTI. Lost on Holo. Shit.
Okay, I'm
let's see
out
if
of
this Rigetti...
getting out of Tesla. I think Tesla's heading lower again. So that was wasn't
long money.
Flat trade. It just came up to the 9 EMA and was rejecting there. Might break it, but I don't know. Right now, this 9 EMA is looming large. Again, it's kind of getting late in the day, especially on New Year's Eve.
It's going to be a very bad New Year for me.
John's
Sure.
eating exotic food, orangutan and other stuff.
I thought he was going
home.
Hannibal Lecter.
We don't want to go there. Peter's going to be practicing his Gangnam style dance with his wife. There we go. Okay, look at that. Tesla just had to stop me out, right? Right back to the VWAP.
I know, Vinod, I traded really bad in this RGTI. I think it's gonna go break the high of the day. It's not, you can't get a clean entry on it. Yeah, this RGTI, like I'm gonna have a very bad day. That was a really nice trade on test. I should have stick to this. Why did I get FOMO the last day of trading day? TQQ doing? TQQ is at 81. Huh?
Oh, Andrew, you were eating those grubs, weren't you? In the Amazon?
Yeah, I did. What did they call these worms? I did try them. These big fatty worms. I think called woodworm or something. They are actually tasted. You know exactly what it tasted. They tasted exactly like like
Chicken.
a scrambled egg. No, scrambled egg,
Okay.
because the pure protein,
Okay.
like it's exactly is like a unsalted scrambled egg, because they were just they're exactly same, like same material, same protein, same fat. Yeah, just exactly like. Oh, Chris, buddy, how are you? Yeah, Chris was there. It's just exactly like a scrambled egg. You know, if you didn't see them, you think that you're having a scrambled egg, which is that's great. Like that's a great source of protein. Today is not my day, guys. I'm gonna stop out on RGTI probably.
Yeah, Tesla popped
Today.
out. Went back to that. It did actually end up going back to the VWAP. I just, you get into a situation where you're green on the day and you don't want to see things go back to red. So I'm kind of chickened out on that one. Probably should have stuck with it. That's okay. I live to trade another day. Still, oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's the most important
FTAI.
thing. Preserving the capital
Yeah.
is the most important thing.
FTAI keeps showing up on the scanner. Wow.
How's the YouTube guys doing? This RGTI, man. I'm gonna get a stop there on RGTI. It's just this is just disaster. I had a really bad trading day, guys. Really trading bad. I was going to party tonight.
You're gonna party tonight? Like it's 1999?
I was thinking of it. I was thinking going to San Francisco. I have some friends in San Francisco. There are some really nice parties. San Francisco parties are like wild. Like I've been to a few parties and these guys are wild. Like really tense.
Maybe that's where we should go for the next PBT meetup. We'll just go to San Fran.
So that's a very good idea. So somebody's asking about like, what are you thinking about your first trade going full size and the second trade going small? I think that more than anything, you have to go based on the confidence that you have on your setup and trade book. Like for example, if you are seeing something that is really based on your trade book and you're having like A+ setup, then you can go heavier on that. Like for example, this RGTI last trade, even Vinod said that. Vinod knows me for a few years now. He said, it's not your trade. So he's right. So is this setup that kind of gut feeling? I don't know if you want to trade it or not. So you go a smaller share size on that. But if something that like a really nice setup, 5 minute open range breakout with a very good entry or something like that, then you can go heavier. But overall, it's good. It's a good idea. Like I should have stopped trading in Tesla after the first trade. Even the second trade was pretty good. I just held it too long and I gave some of the profit back. But it looks like Tesla is going to go back up. So I think more than anything else is your confidence into the setup, and also if you have hit your daily goal or not. If you're very good, close to it, then yes, take a smaller share size to get this. I asked for my new book. I asked John to send me an example of a couple of really nice blow-ups in our funded accounts. I'm actually find you. So this is Trader 105. So let me bring it here. So this is Trader 105. You see my screen. So this is a really good trader that we had, and toward the end of the bootcamp, or actually after a month or so. So look at this, boom. You see my screen, guys, in the chat. So this was one of the really nice traders that we had. So he started very nicely. So as you see, this is a very, very, very good equity curve. This is going to actually be in my new book, and then that's boom. That's something that exactly happens like one day, 2 day, 3 day, 4. Just we lost it completely. And that's what we want to do there. And that happens in the live account a lot for people. And the whole point of the funded account is really to to practice these Hulk days on a funded account, on a simulator account. So it's super important. Like we get that a lot. Like this is a very typical funded accounts behavior that we saw. So and just pure risk management. And usually it happens when you go Hulk, you go crazy, like you just throw the risk management, all the rules, all the education, all the mentorship out of the window, and then just boom, and you get that. And that's what I want you guys not to do. All right, so Tesla went bad break high of the day.
Yeah, it's right back up to, well, it's not high of day, but it's it broke out of that R4 level.
Yeah, there's so many ways to, control that. Like max loss on DAS is important. Having a, a mentorship group and partner group. And some people like trading by themselves. Like I know Avi is trading like with some of his mentees, and having that group of people nearby, and then check on you mentally is very important. Like this is a very, very difficult, a very dangerous game. Like mentally, like anytime you're one click away from blowing up your life. Widowmaker. That's what they said, Widowmaker, naturally. So they're really making videos. People kill themselves over these kind of things. These are not movies and Wall Street and stuff. These are real things that people actually kill themselves over that kind of things.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a constant battle. It's not like you master it and then you don't have to worry about it anymore. It's always a battle.
So how does
Nice
feeling
comeback on
that, I don't know. I
AMD.
mean, that person that blew up, obviously the funded account still is a little bit, thing. Like I don't think that person killed himself or herself, but that kind of account is just giving you a real taste of real world. I think everybody should go through this funded account once or twice and see if they have it to what it takes into opening a new account or not. If you can't even make it on that, then like when someone asks, for example, do I have to pay for a reset? Yeah, of course you do, because that's accountability. If you don't have to pay, it's like a video game. What's the point of having a funded account, getting profit but no consequence on your bad actions? That's the whole point. Yeah, Ken, we know that. You did mention that Ken had one person that I think he killed himself from trading. You did mention that to me. I don't think I knew that person, but these are these are real things. Like I don't want to freak you out, but I also want to say that this is dangerous. Like it's very, very dangerous. Yeah, Sandro, it's gonna be in my new book, that equity curve. There will be equity curve of my own account there. Sahmid, you're in my book too. You're always here in the chat room, so you are also in the in the book. Yeah, I have a screenshot of you as well there. All right, so
Tesla's going to 425 and maybe higher. And I just that was should have stuck with that trade. Damn. Whoops, something just happened. What time is it? 10:28. That's weird. We just had a bit of a drop on the SPY and the Qs. Everything kind of took a bit of a drop there. AMD dropped. Tesla dropped a bit.
Somebody's dumping something, yeah.
Something,
says,
well, no, there was something that caused that. Everything sort of across the board drop there. Let's see how Tesla reacts here. NVIDIA is just hanging around yesterday's close right now. Looks like Holo's going back to 9.
GTI is going to go through 18. I guarantee you. And I'm going to take that trade.
I think Holo's going through 9.
Holo, yeah. Actually, I'm long Holo. Sorry, I didn't mention that. I'm actually long Holo a little bit from 840. Let's see if we can go through the high of the day.
There we go. There's your 9 pop.
I think it's going to go through 940.
And just hit 9 and then rejected it.
TRNX, young 26-year-old. So the 60-year-old guy committed suicide from a big trading loss. Yeah, these are happen. These things are real. Like, I'm not saying that you guys are going to kill yourself, but I want to say that the emphasize on the difficulty of this. And usually in the, people always see the outliers in
Upside.
trading, like successful traders and outliers, and everybody is also showing their own, successful, students and everything, or systems. Like, these are very serious things. Like, not even in live trading, it's let me actually add a little bit more on holo here. Not even in trading, like even in swing trading, this chamat, I don't know how many of you know chamat kalapati or something like that. Let me see.
Here we
Holo is
go.
going to go break of 5. I'm going to add here
Holo's breaking
911,
10.
940
Yeah,
would be nice.
910. We've got 950. We've got 950 above here. It could
Yeah,
go there
940
next.
is the 940 is the high of October 1st. So 940. Let's see if we can get through that.
Mm-hmm.
Jask at 925. High of the day is 925. Average is at 883. Let's see if you can survive this one. It can be to drop, big drops. Jared is now at penny stock trader, huh? Yeah, he traded Holo. There's another one this morning. What was it?
MLGO or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Look, very concerned for Jared. Jared has been, since he's single again, he's taking
blowing.
risks.
He's blowing high dough.
I know, he's just going all in his pennies himself. Is not great. Is 883. Please stopping me out, guys. RGTO is gonna go up. My name is not Andres. As if this one doesn't go through 18 today.
RGTI, you mean? RGTI is going back. Yeah. Yeah, RGTI is still big, has that big order at 18.
Yeah, you is gonna go through 18.
I'm not seeing anything I want to really trade right now. LUNR Lunar is going is breaking high of day. There's a lot of stuff on the scanner. This FTAI Aviation, this must be a drone company. Drone stocks have been hot.
Come on, just give us a good New Year gift.
What's BA doing? Oh, BA's back up again. Got a swing trade on that. I think I'm going to sell some here. I should have sold it at 180 when that was my initial target.
Wing 178.
Boeing, yeah, been in it for a couple of weeks. That news that they were starting to the 737 shipments again kind of popped the stock.
are now and also new thing like it's just sometimes these sectors are coming and going. Like even the quantum computing, I think is going to lose steam. Like we've seen these waves come and goes, and if you can ride these waves of the frenzies, then good
Yeah.
money. But you shouldn't really marry your life to a certain sector. Like I see a lot of people like they say I believe in these kind of things, and then they go all in. It's kind of scary to me.
Yeah, in my How to Swing Trade book and Profiting as an Active Trader, talk about that phenomenon of hot sector. We called it hot sector mania,
Yeah,
which is,
hot sector mania.
you just people just chase these, and you can make a lot of money if you can identify these sectors when they get hot. Like quantum computing, obviously, is the latest and greatest hot sector. The drone companies, you go back in time, Bitcoin and blockchain. If you remember, iced tea companies were becoming blockchain companies.
Long Island. I remember that Long
Yeah,
Island. It was an
yeah,
IT company.
exactly.
They said we want to get
Yeah, it
into
was.
crypto, into blockchain. Like tea company.
Yeah.
What kind of blockchain you were talking about? And then it was like Long Island. The ticker was crazy. What was the ticker?
Yeah.
If anyone in the chat room remember that?
Oh, Long Island iced tea. What was the?
Island Iced Tea or something. So Brian's book on swing trading is pretty good. Brian's book on swing trading
Yeah,
is very interesting. Let me actually share
just
it
How
for
to Swing
you.
Trade. Yeah, it's just called How to Swing Trade. So no. Or if you want to deep dive a little further, this Profiting as an Active Trader is also my swing trade book, just a little bit more detail. But if you're just sort of starting,
LTEA. I don't know if it's still LTEA. Still, yeah, it's delisted, I think. Yeah. TEA. It's delisted.
CELH keeps popping up on the scanner.
All right, so Holo, I'm getting out of Holo, guys. Holo didn't. I'm not really good at trading these penny stocks.
I think it's
Yeah,
kind
Gigi,
of
do you
like
remember that?
it's a choppy day. I can't. Yeah, Long Island iced tea. That's it's a good drink too. It's got vodka in it. Vodka, rum, gin, tequila, and triple sec.
No, Long Island Tea, Oko was a company that was a tea company, and then
Yeah,
they announced that when the blockchain back in 2018 was the mania, like everybody was just going crazy about blockchain. So they announced, like, actually extended Wikipedia there. So they announced that they want to become like a blockchain company, and
yeah.
then the skies really stocks are skyrocketed significantly, and that was a huge short squeeze. I just wanted to say that shows that this frenzy of hot mania sectors, like right now, is quantum computing is like that. Like anyone says that they do some quantum computing, blah blah blah, just goes up. Like Mr. Rigetti. Who is Rigetti? Let's take a
Yep.
look at Rigetti and see what does he. Rigetti. Are we losing our money to who? Rigetti Computing, Mr. Rigetti. Chart looks like. Oh, it looks pretty good. We lost our money to this guy. Pat Rigetti.
The heck? What's going on here? Oh, I see. Wow. CELH is on a tear.
Who? Oh,
The
Celsius. Yeah, it's hitting the scanner too. Yeah.
Celsius Holdings.
Yeah, this one's also moving up nicely. Well, it looks like that
Yeah,
the
markets
market doesn't want to give us anything, huh, Brian?
No, it's just going nowhere. If you look at the cues, we've just been chopping around PDC. The SPY has just literally been just hanging around above PDC, previous day close. And we're, yeah, sort of directionless. It's kind of why I've been I haven't been trading at all because I just don't, I'm not seeing any good setups for any trades here. Rivian keeps hitting the scanner. I'm not sure what's going on with Rivian. So tomorrow, of course, the markets will be closed. So don't go looking for us. If you happen to be getting up early and wanting to trade the market, it will be closed. And I guess markets will be closed on January 9th. And that's for in honor of Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter. Well, we thank Jimmy
president,
Carter.
Yeah, last president to pass away was Bush, George Bush. Kind of looking at Tesla possible short here.
Sorry.
I'm just not sure if this is a good setup or I'm just looking for a reason to trade something. Qs and SPY, just choppy. Kind of late on this Tesla trade, so I don't think I'm going to take it. Maybe if it comes back up to the VWAP, I might, around 420, might consider it. Ah, shit, does look weak.
It was also a drink company. It was a beverage company. Jesus.
Damn, it's gonna go lower, I think. Tesla.
Tesla is really
There's some.
wants to really is joking with us. He wants to close at 420 for the year.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, are you
Yeah.
messing with us? We live in a simulation.
That's where Elon wants it to trade. Speaking of Musk, Mr. Guy who freedom of speech guy, he's blocking all these politicians, taking away their blue designation, limiting their tweets. Okay, I took a short on Tesla. I'm short Tesla. Just see if we can continue down here.
Like, let me tell you some story, guys. Now that the market is a little bit slower, one of the biggest scammers of Wall Street is called Chamat. I don't know how many of you know him. Let me share my screen. Does anyone know Chamat?
Yeah, I know
John,
him. Him and
the
Kathy
SPAC.
Wood were big. Yeah, the SPAC guy.
Chamat recently posted like 3 days ago that this is stupid that people buy S&P 500 just because Warren Buffett told them, like idiot. And then he says that, people should really invest in other things. And, it's stupid that people are putting their money on the S&P 500. That's the tweet. And then people are roasting him like crazy. And then they're posting screenshots like this guy, for example. The American that purchased the S&P 500 performed far superior to those that lost nearly all of their investment in your SPACs. I have one friend that he lost a lot of money. He went almost to kill himself on this SPACs. And then if you go to the quotes, and people are putting all of these, these are all of his SPACs, like SoFi, like this one is like 90% down, Clover Health. Like my friend lost all of his money on Clover Health. And it's so funny that what you people said, like in the past 5 years, the S&P 500 has given you 83%, but Chamat's SPACs are giving you 50% down. And then this is again, it's another level of being a scammer. Like online scammer has different levels. This is from one level that one person wants to sell you a course. Another level is that they sell you these garbage deals that they call a SPAC, and then they dump it on you, and then they get out, and all their friends, they pull the rug on you, and then it's called on that. So that's why, for example, I'm a big advocate of just putting your money. Like, for example, this is a really nice meme. S&P 500 up 700%. No, but my company like to zero. Yes. So this is another level of being a scammer. But when you get too big and with the money, then you can never really. Nobody can like this guy goes to his podcast. They think they're the end of the world and stuff. And unfortunately, I know my uncle lost money on the Chamat SPACs, and also I have a really good friend that he lost money on Clover Health a lot. Like,
Getting ready to cover some here on Tesla. Oh, shit, didn't quite get to where I wanted it.
yeah, it is a pump and dump. Of course, it's a professional pump and dump. Like, look at this company. Like, went up all the way down to how many cents? Like 60 cents. Bounced back a little bit forward now. Yeah, this one was a
I'm
Chamat
just covering
SPAC.
here. Covered half the position, so we'll see where. Just I'm looking at this 418 level. Still think it might go there.
Brian, you're not letting it go, no? You're still trading.
Yeah, I'm not letting it go. So I was looking for a reason to trade. Come on, dropped through that 418 level. That's it. It's it. Here we go. Spending too much time here. I'm getting worried shorts will get impatient here.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, I also probably I'm not going to trade until next year. I think that's a very good idea. So I'm down $17,000 thanks to Mr. Rigetti and his garbage price action. So
Here we go.
I
Here
wish
we
I
go.
was not trading like
Come on.
this.
Come on. Oh, there we go. That's the volume I wanted to see. There it is. Yes.
Brian is the last man standing.
Beauty. Just going to cover the rest here because we're back to PDC again. We've bounced off this level a number of times. So I'm just trading these levels right now. That was a good trade. Okay, now I'm done for sure.
Yeah, Marcin, I don't know if what you said is a club. So Kamal is asking, why don't we guys trade a SPY? The reason for that we're not trading a SPY is generally indexes have very little volatility intraday. In a bear market, when we were in 2022, I think we were trading almost every day TQQ and indexes. But when it comes into a bull market, the volatility of the market's indexes are coming down, and it's just not reasonable enough to trade because you need volatility. Of course, you can use options, S&P 500. You can use options, but the risk-adjusted return is just not great on trading indexes. If you want to trade indexes on a normal market condition, then you definitely should use options or leverage products. And also, there are different strategies that I actually don't know how to do that. Like, for example, something that a lot of people do is that they're selling puts intraday, and then with some of the premium, they go buy VIX, which is the volatility index. So essentially, they are selling protection, and they protect themselves by buying volatility. They call them volatility hedge funds. So they do that all the time, and they make. Yeah.
Look at that bounce on Tesla. Talk about picking the bottom. Yeah, actually, there's who trades. There's one guy who trades options on indexes. It's is it Sean?
Don't know actually.
Oh
That's a
wow,
good question.
I think he was on with me yesterday, and he was talking about how he look at Rigetti drop. He was talking about trading SPX options and just finding, getting, trying to pick a level, and these things move around a lot. They can be a little bit. Again, you're trading options. You can lose a lot of money really fast. But he's got this strategy where he finds, like yesterday we had a pretty hard sell off at the open, and he picked a bottom and went long these SPX options. And the SPX options, they move like $1, $2, $3, like really fast.
Yeah.
I
Overall,
didn't realize how
I mean, it's great trade options. But again, you need to also be available to trade when the volatility happens on other things.
Yeah.
When you have some company like Holo today, although Holo is pretty difficult to trade, but this kind of huge volatility, you should be able to make some money on these ones too. So it's good to be a versatile trader. Is that versatile is the word? Yeah, versatile trader. I mean, a way that you're ready for different market condition.
Yeah. Adam on YouTube, that was nice trade off 415 there. Said one and done. That's all you need. The 415 calls.
Yeah, this Brian doesn't want to let it go on.
That bounce, that really would have been a good trade to but when you get into one trade in one direction, you kind of don't think about maybe I should flip my position now. But look at Tesla come back up now, right off PDC. Guys, if you need the need the previous day high, low, and close on your charts if you don't have them already, because those are levels that quite often are respected.
Yeah, so the previous day close is probably the most important one.
Yeah,
Jared called them king of levels.
king of all
So
levels. Yeah.
king of all levels, previous day close, that's for sure. As you see Tesla, how it bounced back from the previous day close.
And Jared's actually going to come up to Vancouver. We're getting him out of his natural habitat.
Natural habitat.
I think he's
Yeah,
going
it's
to have to
pretty
buy a
good.
coat. He's going to have to buy a coat.
Yeah, Jared. Oh, that is a very nice. Louisiana is a very nice place.
Yeah. All right. Well, CELH could be doing a 920 here. Which is stock in an uptrend, loses the 9 EMA, loses the 9 moving average, kind of drops below it, but then respects the 20, bounces off it. Right now, it's right at the 20 EMA. The SPY and the Qs are just like bouncing along. AMD is still testing low of day here. Let's take a boo. What does a book map look like on AMD?
Enough is not popular anymore. We
No.
knew that AMD was trading at $220 earlier this year. So, Joe, seeing big asks and big beats are not necessarily or that important. Overall, a lot of them are nonsense. There's nothing to see in that. But sometimes when they're very close to the price, then they become a little meaningful. Like for right now in Intel, there's a big beat at 2011 that might break down. But if you saw something huge on the other side, then really you can't say much about the level 2 in that moment. I think overall, the ones that are very closer to the current price are more meaningful. So if you see something like far far from the current price, this is not something that you probably want to trade because or to make a decision based on that. And even those ones that are very close, like I have some really nice screenshots of RGTI at 18, but it didn't happen. So that's just another perfect example of not seeing all the time something. This is a perfect example. Like here, for example, see, I went long in RGTI, and I saw this huge ask at 18. Do you see my screen? Everybody should be able to see my screen and see this 18. This is a very bullish, very, very bullish sign. And the price is just 1 cent away from it, but it didn't break 18 ever. So never broke the 18. So it just went down. So even this one is not 100%. So that's why risk management is important. Chart pattern is important. And this is just one of the indicators that tells you, it doesn't dictate you have to go there or not. So as you see, the price action at the end never really had enough bullishness to break the 18. So generally don't take level 2 too seriously. It's very similar to all other indicators, may or may not work. That's the nature of the uncertainty of the market. This is actually a pretty nice screenshot. Maybe I should include it in my book, because that shows perfectly that level 2 is not always 100% accurate.
It's like any indicator. There's nothing you'll find that's perfect. And if there was a perfect indicator, it would be quickly recognized, and it would no longer be a perfect indicator because people would front run it or whatever.
Yeah. So it's 8.
All right,
I
guys.
think, Brent, are you in Japan? Because Japan is already 1 a.m. So Happy New Year if you're
Yeah.
in Japan.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Happy
you
New
were
Year.
here.
I am
You were
here.
here.
I was here the whole
Nice.
time.
So yeah, you're in Japan, huh?
I am back in Japan. Yeah.
Okay, go do the countdown.
Cool.
Go kiss your girlfriend. Go have
Go to
fun, and
yeah. Go to
wow.
Roppongi.
Go to Roppongi.
The Robot
Drunk.
Cafe.
Yeah.
The Robot Cafe too. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, guys. Happy New Year, everybody,
Thank you.
and I'll see you Thursday morning in the chat, guys. Cheers.
Okay. Cheers, everybody.